Nearly 97.5% of the water on Earth is found in the oceans, and much of it is salt water. The biosphere, ecosystems, and climate of the Earth would be significantly and far-reachingly affected if the oceans were entirely devoid of salts. In order for the seas and the Earth as a whole to function, salts, largely in the form of sodium chloride or table salt and other dissolved minerals, must be present. In the ocean, there are 228,450 species. Many are being studied, but the water loses its salt content. We fail to locate them, and salt water is their means of survival. What if the salt was suddenly taken away? What about marine life? What about global climate? What about plants? What about agriculture? The amount of salt in the oceans diminishes if seawater is converted to fresh water. 97% of the water on Earth is salty. The removal of salt from the world's oceans and seas would have significant and far-reaching effects on the globe, many of which would be negative. Let's talk about some of the main consequences. Number 1. A large variety of marine life that has adapted to the salty environment can be found in oceans. These ecosystems would be harmed by the removal of salt from salt water, which would result in the extinction of numerous species and substantial changes in biodiversity. Number 2. The control of the Earth's climate is greatly aided by the oceans. Through ocean currents, they disperse the heat that they absorb around the globe. Disrupting these currents by removing salt could result in more intense and unpredictable weather patterns. Number 3. The chemical makeup of salt water is essential for the survival of many species, including coral reefs. These habitats would be destroyed and numerous species would be in danger. Number 4. The consumption of saltwater organisms is the foundation of the marine food chain. A break in this chain would damage the entire marine food web, including the fish that provide food for millions of humans. Number 5. Sea levels would increase as a result of the seawater's density being reduced by the elimination of salt. The effects of this could be severe for low-lying areas and coastal populations all around the world. Number 6. The fishing industry will be negatively damaged, as would other companies that use seawater for various processes like desalination. Several coastal economies might be harmed. Number 7. The global water cycle depends on the health of the oceans. This cycle would be changed if the salt were removed, possibly changing the amount of fresh water available and rainfall patterns. Number 8. Oceans contribute to the geology of the planet as well. Salt removal might affect plate tectonics, alter volcanic activity, and trigger earthquakes. Number 9. In the crust and mantle of the Earth, the removal of salt would result in a serious chemical imbalance that could cause geological instability. In conclusion, removing salt from the world's oceans and seas will have disastrous effects on the ecosystems, climate, economy, and geology of the planet. Because it would cause massive environmental harm and upset the delicate balance of our planet's processes, it is neither a possible nor desirable future. Instead of overfishing, pollution, and climate change, efforts should be directed toward maintaining and safeguarding our oceans from these threats.